In Angel Grove, Tommy and Kimberly stood beneath the setting sun, no longer warriors, just two people who had spent half their lives saving the world. The noise of combat was gone, replaced by laughter echoing from the youth center. Their journey, once defined by danger, ended in peace. They walked away together, hands intertwined, finally free to just live. Elsewhere, in a quiet Zeo-era future, Kat stayed behind to train the next generation. Her compassion and strength drew her toward Billy, who had returned from Aquitar wiser and calmer. What began as friendship blossomed into something steady, two souls who had seen galaxies apart finally finding home in each other. In Turbo, the old team scattered, but not without bonds. TJ and Cassie remained partners beyond battle, taking their teamwork to new heights as space explorers. Their connection wasn't about grand gestures, it was about understanding. Unspoken, yet unbreakable. In space, after Zordon's sacrifice, Andros and Ashley found themselves drifting through stars not as soldiers, but as survivors. When they finally landed on KO-35, they built a life among the ruins, turning loss into legacy. Every sunrise reminded them that even across light years, love still finds gravity. Lost Galaxy ended in silence among the stars. Leo and Kendricks watched the colony of Terra Venture rise anew. Their time as Rangers had taken everything, but in the quiet rebuilding, they found hope in each other. Two protectors finally allowed to rest. At Lightspeed Rescue, Carter and Dana's paths crossed again, years after the fires were out. She became a doctor, he a rescue leader. Their shared purpose became something more, their hearts tied not by chaos, but by compassion. Then came Time Force, and time itself could not contain what Wes and Jen became. After years apart, the timeline repaired, and Jen returned to the past. Not as a ranger from the future, but as a woman choosing her present. Together they built a new foundation, a place where love and leadership could coexist. In the wilds of Animaria, Taylor returned from the skies to find Eric from Silver Hills waiting. Their meeting was brief but profound. Two lone wolves who finally understood they didn't need to be alone. And deep in the forest, Alyssa and Cole watched the sunrise from the Animarium cliffs, their bond wordless, spiritual, something that never needed definition. Years later in Ninja Storm, Tori and Blake reunited after the Academy's closing ceremony. No longer students, no longer bound by duty, just two adventurers chasing waves and freedom. Their story didn't end with a battle cry, but with laughter over ocean spray. In Dino Thunder, Kira's music took her around the world, and Trent followed, painting the journey as she sang. Together, they turned their scars into art, each melody a reminder of redemption and forgiveness. And in Mystic Force, Nick and Madison's paths crossed once more under the glow of Root Core's crystals. The war was long over, but magic lingered. As he rode off into the horizon, she whispered the spell of remembrance, binding their spirits across worlds beyond time. In Jungle Fury, after Daishi's defeat, the team gathered for one last sunrise. Casey became the master he once sought to impress, and Lily, his constant balance, remained by his side. They never declared their love, but it was there in every look, every shared lesson, every victory. Together, they taught the next generation that true strength isn't in power, it's in the heart that wields it. When the engines finally went silent and the city of Corinth stood free again, the RPM Rangers learned what it meant to rebuild. Not just the world, but themselves. Dylan and Summer never needed a confession. Their love had been forged through loss and survival. When the sky cleared, they left the city together, driving into the wasteland. Not running away, but searching for what came next. And somewhere between the ruins and the horizon, they found it. Scott stayed behind to lead the new defenders of Corinth, but his strength was never loneliness, it was balance. Jem and Gemma found joy in chaos, laughter in light, and their bond became a symbol of hope. Proof that love doesn't always look ordinary, but it can save you just the same. Then came Samurai. The Shiba house stood silent after the final battle, its torches flickering in the wind. Jaden and Mia met one last time beneath the cherry blossoms, their duties finally fulfilled. They didn't speak of what could have been. They simply bowed, two warriors who understood each other's hearts without a single word. Kevin returned to the water, Emily to her village, and Mike followed, not to chase adventure, but to build something real. Their quiet life by the river became their new kind of battle, one fought with love, not swords. When Megaforce dawned, the world saw a new generation rise. Troy and Emma, the dreamer and the believer, their bond carried through every victory, every scar. After the final war of the legendary Rangers, they vanished from the public eye, living simply by the sea. Some say when the waves crash hard enough, you can still hear Emma's laugh carried with the wind, and Troy's voice answering, "We did it." In Dino Charge, Chase and Kaylee finally got their chance. Their adventures no longer involved villains or explosions, just two people navigating normal life after saving the planet. Tyler and Shelby's love was brighter still. The Red and Pink Rangers became explorers, chasing lost worlds and rare fossils together, the same way they once chased hope. When Ninja Steel arrived, Brody and Sarah stood at the center of a team born from friendship and fire. Years later, when the stars they once fought under began to fade, they reunited not as Rangers, but as teachers, guiding young minds, not battles. Preston and Haley found their path together too, their magic becoming less about spells and more about belief in themselves and in each other. Then came Beast Morphers. In the heart of Grid Battle Force, Ravi and Roxy's story finally healed. No longer divided by programming or fear, they grew side by side, partners, lovers, equals. Devon, once the lone hero, found peace too. Not in fame or glory, but in a quiet future where saving the world didn't mean losing his humanity. Dino Fury changed everything. Amelia, once curious and bright-eyed, discovered her past, and with Ollie, her future. Their journey through ancient secrets and alien legacies ended not in tragedy, but in truth. They left Pine Ridge hand in hand, chasing the stars beyond Earth, proving love can be as infinite as the grid itself. And in Cosmic Fury, the Rangers stood united for one last fight. After the chaos and sacrifice, Zato's light shone across the universe, a symbol that love and courage never die. Amelia carried that light in her heart, a promise that even when heroes fall, their love remains eternal. When the Morphin grid finally grew quiet and peace settled across galaxies, the legacy of the Power Rangers lived on. Not in helmets or morphers, but in the lives they built after the battle, in love that endured through every ending. From RPM's steel ruins to Cosmic Fury's distant stars, every Ranger learned the same truth. The real power was never just morphing. It was in the hearts that kept beating when the war was over,